Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. Thank you for watching this video. So in this video we discuss about the wireless markup language. Continue for the previous video. Okay, this part is under the mobile web application. So wireless markup language, or WML, is an early standard for displaying mobile web and implemented on the top of the wireless application protocol, WAP. Okay, I believe most of you already heard about the WAP. So WAP is a technical standard for accessing information over a mobile wireless network. So web browser is a web browser for mobile device such as mobile phone that use the protocol. Okay, so for example here we have a network mobile client using the WAP, wireless application protocol, in order to access to the web gateway. Here this is the gateway. So from the gateway, this mobile application will accessing through the web server in order to get the information through using the HTTP protocol. So the protocol here, from the mobile to the gateway using the web, WAP, and from the gateway to the web server, it uses the HTTP. So these are the protocol that involve for the communication, data communication, and transferring the process. So WML is released by the web forum and is based on the XML. Okay, another markup language, XML. So the first mobile phone model that are capable of displaying the mobile web using WML is the Nokia 7110. Okay, because during that day, the Nokia is the popular brand for the mobile phone. So the Nokia 711 is the first mobile device that have the capability to display the mobile web, or the what we call using the browsers. Okay, using the web browsers using the WAP protocol. So it's look like this one. Okay, the text displaying on this phone. So the WML structures. Number one, each WML document is made up of multiple cards. So we have several cards. One card represents a single screen to the phone, and card can be grouped together into a deck. So a deck is the smallest unit of the WML a web server can send to the WAP browser. So these are the structure of the WML. Another basic features for the WML. Number one, text and images can be presented to a user using the browser, web browsers. Number two, the exact UI or user interface presentation depends on the running device. So device represents UI differently based on the device capability in order to displaying the UI. So different device have different UI. Okay, number third, it offers history mechanism with navigation through the browsing history, hyperlink, and other intercard navigation elements. Number fourth, WML allows saving the state between different decks without server interaction. So these are the features of the WML. Okay, now we discuss about the advantages of the WML. Number one, compact and small in size, because we want to use it using to the mobile device, and usually we have the small mobile device, so that's why it's compact and small. Second, it can be compressed using the binary encoding to further save bandwidth in the mobile device. Number 3, save state between card within the deck without server intervention or interaction, as the previous slide. And number 4, UI element suitable for small screen. So that are the advantages of the WML. How about the disadvantages? What is the drawback? Okay, number 1, limited UI screen element. Only certain user interface can be displayed. It has limited, not like the current interface that we have. Okay, during that day, limited. Only support monochrome images, WMP, monochrome images. Number 3, UI screen implementation varies with devices. As we discussed in previously, depends on the capability of that devices. And number 4, not suitable for displaying rich multimedia content. Good in displaying the text, but not in rich multimedia content. What is the rich multimedia contents? A lot of videos, graphic, images. Not suitable using the WML. Okay, these are the example of the WML. Okay, if we use HTML, so we start with the HTML as the element. So this one is WML. So the first element WML. So we need to know that this is the WML document. Okay, and then it use the card. Okay, so these are the card. So card and close card. Do type accept. Go to URL example here. What it should do. Okay. And then we have the card name. Do type accept. Go to the URL. Do this one is similar. This one we call as card. This one we call as the deck. These are the structure of the WML. Okay, this one is the variable, and this part is the input element. So these are the example and show you the structure of the WML document. Okay, another example here. Yeah, XML business 1.0. So document type WML here. So this is the first element of WML. Open and close, and then card. Okay, ID, title, main. And then this is how we type the data. Okay, this one is referred to this part, a list of the data. So it's more text friendly compared to the multimedia friendly. So the space here is limited because the size of the screen itself. During the day, there is the size is smaller compared to the current smartphone that we have. Okay, this one, another example on how to handle the user input, how to get the input from the user. So WML, open and close, and then we have card, and then we can have title. So it display title here, personal information, and then we can arrange using the table, the layout. So table, column, and then we have table data, table row, and the table data. So this one is based on the table. So table row, the first row of this table have two data, first name and the input box. Okay, so this input, then you can set the size of this input box, and then the next row here we have last name and the next input box, and the third row we have each here and the input box. So we arrange the layout using the table. This one is quite similar like HTML document. If we want to arrange the layout of the interface. Okay, next part we go for the XHTML mobile profile. So X here is referred to extensible. Okay, extensible of the HTML. So HTML is the hypertext markup language. So we have XHTML, extend hypertext markup language. So mobile profile we call as the XHTML MP. So MP is referred to the mobile profile. So this one is a specialization of the XHTML designed to include features useful for the mobile devices. XHTML-MP 1.0 was defined by the Open Mobile Alliance, or OMA, the acronym, and it is an extension of the original W3C inspired XHTML Basic 1.0. So actually it's based on the web part, and then we try use it to the mobile device. So unlike to the WML, the mobile web page developed using XHTML MP is viewable in other HTML compatible browsers. Before that, we need to use the WEP browsers. Using the XHTML MP, we can browse, or we can view it through the HTML compatible browsers like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, and so on. So that is the difference with the difference between the WML and the XHTML MP. Okay, so the advantages of this XHTML MP. This one is the extension to the W3C developed XHTML Basic. So the structure is quite similar like the HTML Basic. Supported widely across different device platforms. Can be displayed with web browsers that are compatible with the HTML or HTML document, and support cascading style sheet styling CSS. Okay, we can do more on formatting. How about the disadvantages? Number one, developer may have to rely on the ready-made templates that are already there. And second, XHTML, this one is HTML MP, is only an extension instead of design from the ground up for the mobile devices. So we just extend from what we have to another part. It means that we not develop it focus and specific for the mobile devices. Okay, basic example. We use the HTML. Similar like the web, we have head, we have body, so it will display like this one using the browsers. Okay, the next part is the hypertext markup language file, or HTML file. So this is the current standard release by the W3C for developing mobile web pages and mobile web application. HTML5 consists of a set of markup languages derived from the HTML 4.01 plus a set of new modular application programming interface API. I believe most of you are quite familiar with this kind of hypertext markup language file. Okay, the way we use it, similar like in our web development. So the goals of this HTML5 support all existing web pages. With HTML5, there is no requirement to go back and revise all the websites. Reduce the needs for external plugin and script to show the website content. Okay, we allow using the external plugin in our browser. Improve the semantic definition, the meaning and the purpose of the page elements. Make the rendering of web content universal and independent of the device being used. Handle the document errors in a better way and more consistent. So these are the goals or the objective of the HTML5. Okay, and in HTML5 we have new elements that being introduced. For example, we have the article, we have the fiction, progress, aside, footer, section, the audio. Okay, header is quite similar. Sources, canvas. So these are the new elements that we can use in the HTML. Okay, the other features in the HTML5, it has the built-in audio and video supporting. Without the plugin, we can it support the audio and video. It enhance form control and attribute. Let's say you want to come up with a form, it enhance on the how to control the form and the attribute for the form. And the next part, the canvas, a way to draw directly on a web page. Okay, allow you to do for drawing part. Drag and drop functionalities. And next, support for the CSS3, the newer and more powerful version of the CSS. You can do formatting and style on your interface. More advanced features for the web developer, such as data storage and offline application. Okay, that part for the web developer, it's quite similar, but it still have the limitation between the mobile and the web. Okay, building a great mobile user experience. Creating an experience for a small screen requires different thinking, and when done right, the mobile web can be as easy to use. When you want to design, you need to remember about several things. The first one, use a mobile first responsive web design. Build a touch friendly interfaces. Make it easier for the user to fill up the form, or provide other information that very useful to help the user. Use the high DPI image or resolution for the appropriate devices. Okay, we may have different device. So hypertext markup language is widely supported by modern devices and is generally portable across screen size. So you can have various screen size, but we can use the same standard of the HTML5. Okay, although the learning curve of HTML5 is higher, there are a lot of HTML5 boilerplate templates and framework that can help you as the developer to build the HTML mobile platform. So this is the symbol of HTML. We can use it for different platform of mobile application, either tablet or your smartphone. So an HTML5 mobile app is a web application developed with that version of the web content standard and designed for the smartphone, tablet, and other handheld device or mobile device. It's almost all current mobile devices support HTML5, which make developing application for multiple mobile platform is much simpler, as the code need by only returns one. Okay, that are the difference between when you want to develop mobile web application and you want to develop mobile application using the Android itself or iOS itself. So this one is more easy. You do code in once, returns the code once, then you can apply to multiple devices platform. So for more information, you can go for the mobilehtml5.org to explore by yourself. Okay. Advantages of this HTML5. This one is well defined by the W3C standard and is supported by most of all modern devices. If we have the standard, so easy for us to develop the web mobile application. So it has the API that allow a certain degree of access to the native mobile features and support mobile web application template and framework. So you can use the templates and the framework that already created by W3C. Okay, how about the advantages? A slightly high learning curve when compared to XHTML mobile profile. API may not support it on some devices, or the API may differently implemented on several devices. So several devices have different requirement and capability. Not all of them support the same API. Okay, among the APIs supported by HTML using for the building mobile web application, we have the web storage and geolocation. So you can refer to this one in order to explore more regarding the API and compatibility of the API itself with different mobile devices. Okay, next is about the web storage. Okay, when web developer thinks of storing anything about the users, they immediately think of uploading to the server. Okay, uploading to the server all the information needs. So you have your phones or your mobile device, go to the web server, and the web server attached with the database server. So actually you save the data inside this database and it can be accessed through the web server, and you access to this web server. So HTML5 changes that, as there are now several technologies allowing the application to save data on the client device. It might also be synchronized back to the server, or it might only ever stay on the client. So the client manipulate local data that's then synchronized to the server. Okay, this one is the HTML storage. So it's just saved on the client server instead of saved at the online server. So we have the local model and server. This one is the web page. So you can save at the local storage. So a simple client-side database that allows the users to process data in the form of key or value space. Okay, something like this one. You store data based on the name key, and then you can retrieve the data with the same key. For example here, local storage dot get item bar local storage set item bar to full. So this is example using the key, name of the key. Name it using a key, and you can retrieve it using the same key. Okay, type of web storage, we have local storage and we have the session storage. Local storage is referred to the store data with no expiration dates. Okay, the data will be available even when the browser is closed or when you reopen again the browser. Session storage store the data for one section only, and data persisted will be cleared as soon as the user closes the browser. Okay, that are the difference between the local storage and the session storage. With local storage, web application can store data locally within the user's browser. So this example of local storage. Okay, you can explore more on this part. So what is the advantages of the web storage? Okay, first, you can make your application work when it is offline. And you can show a large corpus of data as soon as the user clicks on to your site instead of waiting for it to download again. And no server infrastructure is required when we have the web storage locally. These advantages can only store a string. You cannot store other string, only string, and data is more vulnerable, and the user can access it from multiple client, only one a client device. Okay, the next part is the HTML by geolocation. Okay, this geolocation is used to locate the user position. Using this HTML file geolocation, you can identify your current location. Okay, for example, here we use the geolocation to identify the user position. What is the latitude and the latitude and the longitude? Okay, you can scan on this QR code in order to explore more about the HTML demo geolocation. HTML file geolocation. Okay, this one is geolocation API. The HTML geolocation API is used to get the geographical position of the user. So when you develop a mobile website, mobile web application, you can use this geolocation API for your map. So geolocation is much accurate for devices with the GPS. Okay, you can explore more on this link. What is the HTML file geolocation API? If you want to develop a mobile application, you can use Google API on the geolocation. Okay, this one, since this can compromise privacy, the position is not available unless the user approve it. It means that you need to notify your user when you develop your application. You need to notify the user that you want to use the user location. So if the user share, then it's allow you to get the information. Otherwise, it cannot display the position of the user. So this is the support the privacy of the user. Okay, you can explore more on this website under map geolocation, how to use map geolocation. Okay, and then HTML file also allow you to control the camera and the video. Okay, are the API useful for the mobile vibration, device orientation? Either you want to do horizontal or vertical, the battery status, okay, the notification, visual keyboard, the motion sensor, and so on. You can find a lot of API that very useful and can be used for your mobile development. So as a conclusion, mobile web standard ensures that the web be available on as many kind of mobile device as possible, supporting different platforms as widely as possible. So we have the WML, XHTML, MP, HTML5, and HTML5 API. You can use the web storage, geolocation, camera and video control, and a lot of things that you can add to your web application. So that's all for this topic on mobile web application. So basically you should know what is the WML, what is the HTML, and what is the HTML file, the difference, the advantages, and how to use it to your web application. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you and assalamualaikum.